like me.
Have you ever started playing a video game only to become engrossed in an amazing story that you couldn't put down? Yes, we do. This is so because the best story games send you on a huge journey. They invite you to put yourself in the shoes of a young hero as he sets out to discover the limitless opportunities the world has to offer. Additionally, they offer unmatched immersion for unmatched entertainment. Narrative games, commonly referred to as story games, use the narrative arc to engross players in the game's setting. As a result, players take command of a young hero at the start of a journey or adventure. The character hasn't matured yet, and they are just starting to become aware of their abilities or goals. A call to action or inciting event sends them on their way to a boss encounter, which serves as the game's grand climax. The character receives rewards along the way in the form of experience, goods, and access to new content that helps them advance. The character achieves the best story games consider the protagonist's motivations in order to develop a gripping and convincing storyline that strikes a chord with the player. Naturally, some genres lend itself to this more than others, but every game can include a grand narrative that guides the player on their trip. As a result, the genre is still hugely popular overall, and a ton of fresh narrative ideas are being developed. Here are the top 10 story-based games. Before starting, don't forget to like and to subscribe our channel. Let's start. Number 10. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. An action-adventure game with epic storytelling and intense gameplay. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. The story centers on Wolf, a 16th century shinobi who sets out on a heroic journey to exact revenge on a group of villainous samurai. Take control of Wolf as you explore feudal Japan, eliminating adversaries and engaging in combat with evil mystical entities. Hidetaka Miyazaki, the renowned designer of the critically acclaimed video game Dark Souls, created the title. Number 9. The Last of Us Remastered. Action-adventure game The Last of Us features a complex plot combined. Take command of Joel, whose responsibility is to carefully guide young Elle around America. It's far simpler to say than to accomplish, though. You are being pursued by hostile enemies, so surviving will require ingenuity, deft combat, and a lot of luck. Embark on the journey if you think you're up for the task, and enter the virtual world. Number 8. God of War. We have some exciting news for you if you're a fan of the God of War series. Recently, the 2018 version was released, and improvements have been made. As you set out on a mission through the stories of Norse mythology, take control of Kratos, the son of Zeus. Travel to the top of the 9 realms and defend yourself from demons, ghosts, and even the Scandinavian gods themselves. God of War, which is only available on the PS4, is an intriguing new installment in the franchise. Some of the greatest movies ever made are ones whose various strengths all come together to form a cohesive, captivating whole. The Shining, The Social Network, and Jaws are all terrific examples of movies that are composed of powerful separate sections that function in harmony to create a wonderful piece of art. That is unquestionably the case with God of War. Its musical score enhances story moments, which flow effortlessly into amazing action gameplay, which promotes exploration and riddles, and which rewards you with a deeper comprehension of its characters and its vast and gorgeous world. God of War is a brilliantly orchestrated collection of extraordinary interlocking elements, purposeful in its design and foreshadowing, which pays off in surprising ways in both the gameplay and story. Number 7. Journey. Rich tales, stunning imagery, and game-changing mechanisms make up Journey, which has received some of the greatest scores in the genre. Journey, a critically acclaimed 2012 film, tells the tale of a robed wanderer who sets out on a big journey to the location of a falling star. You might just survive, with your health intact if you use your mystical rune abilities and unending fortitude. The game has no words, but it uses gorgeous cutscenes a lot to tell a really fascinating story. Number 6. BioShock Infinite. First-person shooter video game BioShock Infinite was created by Irrational Games and released by 2K Games. For the Windows, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and OS X platforms, Infinite, the third BioShock game, was released globally in 2013. The year is 1912, and Booker DeWitt, the game's protagonist, is sent to the aerial metropolis of Columbia to rescue a little girl named Elizabeth who is being held captive. Elizabeth is saved by Booker, and the two become embroiled in a struggle for power between the rebel Vox Populi, who represent the city's working class, and the Founders, a group of nativists who control Columbia. Booker and Elizabeth learn that Elizabeth is crucial to the dark mysteries of Columbia because she's the power to control the tears that are destroying the city. Throughout the entire game, the player controls Booker DeWitt, who engages in combat and scavenges for supplies, while Elizabeth, who is controlled by AI, offers support. The story of the game is based on the idea of American exceptionalism and irrational games, and creative director Ken Levine based a setting on historical events at the turn of the 20th century, such as the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition. They also incorporated influences from more recent events at the time, such as the 2011 Occupy movement. The game received major alterations from its initial trade show demonstrations due to problematic development. Number 5. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is set in 431 BC and takes place during the Peloponnesian War between Sparta and Athens. To gain gear, develop your skills, and defeat the rival factions, pick a side and complete objectives. The game's outstanding plot has been praised as a wonderful addition to the Creed saga. The very best. It can be played on PC, most modern consoles, and Google Stadia gaming platform. Ironically, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is anything but Spartan for a game that is set in ancient Greece. As a great adventure through a spectacular and breathtaking open world on a scale we've rarely seen, this epic-size action role-playing game impresses. With so few trade-offs between quantity and quality, Odyssey surpasses its forerunners to take the top spot among the series games. More than 2,400 years ago, the Peloponnesian War, a protracted conflict between Athens and Sparta over control of the ancient Greek world, broke out. Number 4. Bastion. Players take control of the kid in the role-playing game Bastion as he travels across the fantastical landscape in search of quests and opponents. You must gather the shards and rebuild the Bastion before it's too late to avert the terrible catastrophe. Bastion features stunning, eye-catching maps that cover the whole game universe in addition to thrilling gameplay elements and a wonderful narrative. Number 3. Titanfall 2. Following criticism of the first game's lack of a single-player campaign, Respawn Entertainment made the decision to include one in Titanfall 2. The outcome? Phenomenal. The campaign can be finished in a few play sessions, yet it has some of the most thrilling story and tactics-based systems available. To accomplish your goals and secure victory for your squadron, switch between Pilot and Titan mode. Titanfall 2 is quite reasonably priced and accessible on PC and consoles. Number 2. Batman: Arkham Asylum. Batman: Arkham Asylum is praised as one of the best narrative video games in the DC universe if you're a fan of superheroes. The Foundation U, or Gotham's only hope, is the Joker and his friends are at it again. Take control of Batman and use his stealth abilities and combat expertise to eliminate the bad guys and put Gotham City back in order. Despite being a little older, the game has been updated for consoles, and it still has a loyal fan base. Without a doubt, you've heard of Batman, but if you don't read comic books, it's possible that you haven't heard of Arkham Asylum, essentially Gotham City's Alcatraz. The renowned mental institution has once or twice housed every villain Batman has ever faced off against. Arkham is now the backdrop for a fantastic third-person action game where the insane take over the institution and only you can stop them, thanks to Eidos and developer Rocksteady. In other words, as long as you weren't hoping to drive the Batmobile, you may do whatever you want when you dress up as Batman in a video game. Number 1. Life is Strange. One of the top narrative games for iOS and Android is Life is Strange, a point-and-click adventure game. How come that? It's the ideal approach to satisfy your need for video games on any device because to its straightforward UI and episodic graphic levels, a time-traveling mechanic that includes puzzles, quests, and a captivating overall plot drives the gameplay. As you move through the story, be careful in your choices and don't be shocked when unusual things happen in your life. You take on the role of Alex Chen, a young woman who had a rocky childhood and now lives with her brother Gabe in the made-up mining town of Haven Springs, Colorado. After a strange accident, Alex uses her extraordinary empathic skills to reveal the town's secrets. If you haven't seen the trailers yet, I strongly advise you to hold off. Personally, I wish they hadn't revealed to me the nature of the main mystery. Haven Springs is beautiful because of the breathtaking vistas of Colorado. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Tell us in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.